Good morning, friends. Myself, Amit Mahadev Kapgate, and today we are going to discuss the three important points from the six chapters plant water relations of our syllabus. We are going to discuss these three important points, that is, first, properties of water, second point, water absorbing organ, and the third important point, that is water available to the roots for the absorptions. Now let us see the first points, properties of the water. Okay, so we know that the water, it is the most important things. It is the most important things in our life. Okay, we know that plant requires the different things, that is the water and the minerals, then the food materials, then the different gases from the atmospheres. But out of this, the water is most essentials. Water, it is the major constituents of the protoplasm. It is about the 95 to 96% of the these constituents will be present. Protoplasm means that protoplasm, it is the contents, full contents. It includes the plasma membrane and the cell wall. In case of the plant cells, the complete contents of the cell, it is known as the protoplasm. Okay, and this water, it is act as the best medium, best transporting medium for the cell. It also maintains the turgidity and the shape of the cell. So due to this reason, the water is considered as the elixir of life, the importance of the life. Now let us see the next point, the properties of the water. Water, it is liquid form at room temperatures. Okay, means that when the temperature will be decreases, this water will be converted into the ice, and when the temperature will be increases, the water will be converted into the vapors. Okay, but at the room temperatures, this water, it is present in the liquid form. Then second property, the water, it is used, or it is act as the best solvent for the various solute. Means that different type of the substances will be easily dissolved in the water and to form the mixture, so that this water, it act as the best solvent for the solute. Then third, that is this water, it acts as the inert inorganic compounds. It is the most important properties of the water. Then water, it shows the neutral pH. pH, it is about the 7. Means that for the especially pure water, there is the something will be dissolved in that water, then this pH will be changed. But for the pure water, this pH will be 7, and this water, it is in the neutral condition, that pH will be neutral. It may be not acidic or not basic. Then next properties, that this water, it shows the high specific heat, then high heat of vaporization and high heat of the fusion. These are the properties of the water, and due to these important properties, water, it acts as the best medium for the different biochemical reactions. Then it also acts as the solvent for the different solutes, and then this water, due to this property, it acts as the thermal buffer. Thermal buffer means that buffer, actually it is the substance which maintain the temperatures. Generally in the chemical reactions, the temperature will be increases, but by adding this buffer means that it maintain the temperature of that reaction. So water acts as the thermal buffer due to this three important properties, that is the high specific heat, then high heat of the vaporizations, and the high heat of the fusions. Then this water, it acts as the good adhesive and the cohesive forces. Adhesive forces means the forces exist between the two same molecule. For example, water, these are the same molecules, that same substance. so that this force is known as the adhesive force, and different molecules, the force exists between the different molecules is known as the cohesive force. Then water shows the high surface tensions due to these two important properties, that it is rise in the capillaries. This due to the adhesive force and the cohesive force and the high surface tensions, it act as the, or it will be helping the rise in the capillaries, means that the water will be raised in that capillaries, which will be help the plants for the absorption of the water. Due to these properties, water can be easily absorb the water from the soils. Okay, so these are the different properties of water which will be help the plant for the absorption of the water. Next points, that is the water absorbing organ. We know that in case of the terrestrial plant, root system, this root system will be help in the absorption of the water and the mineral from the soil. Root system which act as the, or which will be help for the absorption of the water and the mineral from the soil. Okay, in the terrestrial plants, the root will be main organs for the water absorptions. Okay, in case of the epiphytic plants like orchids, in these plants there are the specialized tissues, specialized spongy tissues will be present. These tissues are known as the velamin. These are help the water from the atmosphere, means that the surrounding medium, because that in that plant the water will be present in the atmospheres, and the roots are hanging on the trees, and so due to this hanging roots, they can be absorb the water and the mineral from the atmosphere. Hence, these are the velamin. In this way, that in the different plants, that is the terrestrial and plant and the epiphytic plant, different type of the roots, and they can be absorb the water from the atmosphere. And here in the terrestrial plant, this root can absorb the water from the soil. Now, in the typical root, it shows the different regions. The first point, that is the root cap, which will be present at the topmost portions. Then the second region, that is the meristematic regions, where the cell division will be takes place. Then the next region, that is the zone of elongations, where the cell will be modified and it elongate these roots. Then the next important region, that is the zone of the absorption. In that region, in the zone of the absorptions, there are the certain hair-like structure will be arises. These hair-like structure are known as the root hair, and these root hair, these are help in the absorption of the water and the mineral from the soil. Okay. Then here another reason, that is the maturation region or the maturation zone, where the cell can be differentiated and it will be matured into the different type of the tissues. Okay. Now here this zone of the absorption, it consisting of these root hairs. Now let us see the structure of root hair. Root hair, it is the thin, delicate, unicellular, then epidermal extensions, tubular structures will be present, and it is ephemeral. Ephemeral means that the short lives. It cannot be for long life. It is the short lived. Then this root hairs, we know that it is the tubular extensions. It is the tube-like structures. It is the extent from the epidermal cell, that outermost layer of that roots. Okay. Then it contains the large. This is the vacuoles. The large vacuole which contain the which store the different type of the substances, and it contains the less amount of the cytoplasm, and the nucleus will be present at the peripheral regions. Okay. Then this root hairs, it contains the plasma membrane, and here outermost layer, that is the cell wall. Cell wall, it is the double membrane which is formed by the pectin and the cellulose. That the cell wall here, it is formed by these two substances. The outermost layer, it is formed by the pectin, and the inner layer, it is formed by the cellulose. Okay, and then this plasma membrane and the cell wall, it performing the different functions. This plasma membrane, cell wall, it is freely permeable to the water, but here the plasma membrane, it acts as the semi-permeable membrane or the selectively permeable membrane, not semi-permeable, it acts as the semi-permeable membrane. Selectively permeable membrane means that it can allow the specific type of the substances inside this root hair. Okay, so this is about the structure of the root hairs. Now, next point, water available to the roots for the absorptions. We know that here the plant can absorb the water and the mineral from the soils. Okay, and so the soil, it is the main source of the water for the plant. Here, surrounding the roots, there is the environment will be present, or the environment present surrounds the roots. It is known as the rhizospheres, and this environment, it is known as, it is the microenvironment or the microenvironment surrounding the roots. It is known as the rhizosphere. Okay, and the soil, it is the main source of the water. Okay, so plant can absorb the water from the soil, and here in the soil the water will be present in the different forms. There are the main 4 forms will be present, that water will be present in this 4 different forms. Okay, first, that is the gravitational water. Gravitational water means that the water will be percolates in the deep soil due to the gravity. It will be present in the deeper regions. So such a form of the water is known as the gravitational water. But plant cannot be absorb such a type of the water, or plant cannot absorb this form of water. So it is not used for the absorption of the water for the plant. Okay. Next, that is the hygroscopic water. Hygroscopic water means that the water particles or the water which will be tightly bind, okay, or which will be adheres on that soil particle. So such a water form is known as the hygroscopic water, and plant again cannot absorb such a type of the water. Okay. Then the third type, that is the combined water. Combined water means that in this form the water will be present in the different form or the different combined form, means that it is present, water will be present in the form of the hydrated of aluminum and silicon. Means that there are the water will be present in the form of the chemical substance in the combined form. Such a type of the water are not used or not used for the plant for its absorption, because it will be combined form, so that plant cannot be easily absorbed. Then the last, that is the capillary water. This capillary water means that here the water molecule, it will be present in between that fine spaces of the soil particles. Okay, so such a type of the water is known as the capillary water. And again we know that it shows the water shows these properties: good adhesive and the cohesive forces, and hypertension, hypersurface tension. So due to this properties and this capillary water means that water will be present in between the fine spaces of the soil particle. So such a type of the water can easily absorb by the plant, very easily. So this type of the water will be absorbed by the plant. So here these are the 3 important points from these chapters. These are important, but the remaining portion of this chapter will be deleted for this year due to the COVID-19, so that these only 3 points will be important from these chapters. Okay, so if you like my videos, then subscribe my channel, subscribe the channels and subscribe my videos. Okay, thank you very much.